of expect them to be having fun, trying some new stuff, maybe. But you know, you don't want to let XSET be immensely confident going into the final maps of the series with 2 maps under their belt, right?
Right.
So at least an attempt to make this competitive or win it all outright. Early wall over mid. BCJ finding Asuna, who had no idea.
Damn!
Nathan retreating into the corner. It's snuffed out as well. 2 players already down for 100 Thieves, and the B side is forfeit to XSET.
Yeah, I mean, Steel's alone. He's on site, but he's there. And as of course, as I say that, he gets cleaned up. Weeded goes in aggressive onto Hiko, and the pistol goes. I mean,
Whoa.
to say it goes in favor of XSET is selling it short.
This round was over so fast. Literally, by the time I was done throwing it to you, 3 players had died. Just XSET wiping the board with 100 Thieves, and that's a. You know, you can see they were tempted to do it with this all over. And as soon as Lipo arrived on the scene, he's like, "Up we go!" He split rapid fire. No one on 100 Thieves even reacting. Really, just stand in place, hold position, and hope for the best.
Yeah.
It's not panning
And
out.
what I like from XSET there was it wasn't just that they were comfortable taking the site, right? They took the site, and yeah, Steel was still playing in a smoke, but Weeded went into defender's spawn. He took the matter to Hiko, and we've seen XSET when they're playing out of a place of comfort, right? Like when they're feeling themselves, when they got a little swagger to how they play. That's one of the key indicators, in my opinion, after watching probably more film than I'm willing to admit. That's where they're playing out of comfort, right? So to see that early on in the pistol, if you're an XSET fan, that bodes well.
Get that armor off, big boy. Come on now, big boy.
Right quick classic burst. Clearing the clock of Weeded, but he's able to grab a heal immediately after. And you know, we've highlighted BCJ quite a bit as the Sova.
Oh boy. All right, hang on. I'm sorry. The wall went up. Nitro was stuck on the other side, but you saw the other members of 100 Thieves working their way towards B, right into where XSET's pushing. Now they don't have great guns. Steel's the only one with a better weapon. So you expect,
Oh.
my gosh, what?
Better weapon and
Bucky still
understatement.
hurts, bro. Oh, and then you see that.
I jinxed it, man. I jinxed it. That was the blessed Bucky, and I just betrayed him. Rip.
Oh, Nitro, who is alone on the other side of the Sage wall, still alive. He's got a classic into a 1v3. Got the high-low stack. You don't even get a chance to see that the high-low stack is in the B corner because Aaron just mows you down with the Bulldog. XSET win the following round.
Man, it's got a 4x on top of it. Just sniping the Bucky long range. You know what, man? Considering they invested next to nothing, literally that was the only Bucky on the side of 100 Thieves. The rest had classics. The decision to buy into this round makes me think maybe Steel made a mistake and accidentally bought the Bucky and kept it. I don't know, but got a Bulldog on Hiko, opting to collect more flash points than he needs. Firepower. That fault line towards A main, slowing the push just a bit, but XSET with all 5 players, they're coming here.
They are, and you can tell they were comfortable playing on the retake. They didn't want to be there initially. Nitro slowly, quietly, but surely trying to sneak his way around back into the belly of the beast, and now the jig's up. They know he's there, but he did manage to get a kill for his troubles. Aaron, however, is going to be able to do a bit of the same, but no! The timing's terrible as he swings, they snap onto him. Clean him up. Needed now. See what he can do with a Bucky of his own. Asuna dash. Bucky misses.
Oh.
Again, in a 1v5, Nitro good for 4, a flawless round. And that wasn't nothing out of XSET, right? Like, they didn't walk in there with classics.
No, I mean, it was their bonus, but you know what? That is still a beautiful sight hole. 100 Thieves, despite some diminished firepower perhaps inside of XSET. I mean, look at that. That is, you called it timing? Whoa, buddy. That is a heartbreaker if you're Aaron, knowing that just around the corner you had the potential to maybe lock in that round, but 3 players just staring at him as he comes around. Ouch. 4th round now. And this will be the first test here for the defense of 100 Thieves, where they're not up against any kind of SMG Bucky buy. This is a full send rifle round for both teams.
And it's the same look. The one difference is they opt to push up into ramps this time, where Nitro was able to cause problems from before. They take that area of the map. They're able to get a couple of kills too and wall off anyone coming in from vents. But Asuna still, the Raze utility cleans things up. excuse me, as Aaron manages to get the spike down. A couple of remaining players in a brutal spot on the side of 100 Thieves. Asuno's going to drop. Steel's going to show up a bit late to the party as he was trying to hold down B at the beginning of this round. And I mean, he's got a Bulldog.
I'm going to talk through his attempt at a 1v4 or a save or whatever he's going to do here. That is something that I think is so underrated, especially about just the whole comp that XSET is rolling with. I mean, they've got the Viper wall. You can see right there on our screens. Pierre's looking at it right now. And it denies so much vision, but it also creates so much space for the attackers. The Steel's going to make contact here. Might catch one. They'll fall to
Damn
Pierre.
it.
But it creates so much space for the attackers to basically walk right up to it.
Right.
And that breach flashpoint, where a lot of the time you're kind of sending it into the void, just hoping that you blind someone long enough to create that space for your team. Well, if you've already claimed it, Thwifo just basically walks 2 feet into the frag that is, you know, helped massively by the fact that Nitro's turned away from that flashpoint. And that's kind of scary if you're thinking about just the prospects of what XSET has been doing in the prior 2 maps, where they're not really working defaults a whole lot. They don't care a whole lot about map control.
Oh my god, chat.
And making mid-round decisions. As I say that, they're going to spread the default here. But I
Fucking
guess what I'm
May
trying to
next
get at
month,
is,
dude.
you know, those explosive strats have been catching 100 Thieves out as Nitro narrowly misses that
my birthday's
main
next
entrance
month.
tag. Doesn't quite nail it.
No, and Alex, I think you're hitting on something really important, because that's the strength of Viper. It's not just setting up the flashpoint situations like that, but then also you condition the opposing team to have to respect it, right? Like, you never know what's on the other side of that wall and how you can just be blasting through there at any moment as Asuna drops first kill in the round. So for XSET, we've seen that Viper and just how good it can be because of things like that. Nitro's going to get another chance with the operator in just a moment. Missed once. And I lied. He's not even going to get a chance to... Fault line was just too much. He does get a second one, but he was flashed up. Shot goes wide, not able to deliver it. But Hiko, good for one. Not going to breach of his own. He's going to get cleaned up. BCJ joins the fold again. The Viper's pit is going to come out in a 5v2. Make that a 5v1 as Nitro, who was contacted at the very beginning, was just hightailing it. Looking to save that operator, see if anybody can hunt him down. Nope. Splitting the uprights, really.
Jet main,
That's
by the
all
way.
it was.
Tough. I mean, I'm actually very guilty of this, but people
XSET
love to
on the
spark the narrative of,
attack?
oh, Jet's so easy. Look at her. She's so OP. Look
They're
at her
kind
go.
of
But
mopping, dude.
you're getting pressured at this level by Viper Wall, Reach flashes, fault lines, like all of the utility that just came out from XSET to push Nitro off those angles, ultimately send him all the way to Defender's spawn where he met his demise. I mean, that is just, it's so tough to even come away with one when you're playing against a well put together team in XSET, and that one opportunity at the beginning of the round.
Watch this.
That's all he
Oh,
gets
no,
the
no,
entirety
no,
of the
no.
round. So XSET doing everything, they're doing their due diligence, I guess, to make sure they're not making any mistakes. And as I say that, we did overextending just a bit at Sewer.
You got a kill.
He gets traded out.
Well, and you can tell it looks like, understanding that 100 Thieves was on a pistol, they were going to play something aggressively, and that's exactly what they did, right? The wall didn't go up from Ethan at the very beginning like we've seen a couple of times. They just pushed their way through, and Weeded was wise to it, managed to get one. It was just a bit too much as Ethan gets a second one with the Sheriff. Numbers advantage in favor of 100 Thieves. As I say that, it gets traded out. A 2v2 here. The spike is down in the middle of the map. Steel and Aaron about to have an Astro duel. Steel in a great spot. Steel catches him slipping, and he's going to upgrade the weapon.
Son.
This looked good for XSET, and it's gone horribly sideways.
Man, I'm starting to believe in caster curses, dude.
You
Like,
go.
I'm just literally sitting here talking about how careful XSET has been handling those angles against Nitro's operator, and here they are, just wide swinging into Sheriffs, it seems, 2 or 3 times in this round, and it's cost them dearly in Thwifo. I mean, 25 seconds left. And he's alone over here for the moment. Not going to use that time to get the spike down just yet. Here it goes now. And the Rolling Thunder is going to put this one away more than likely. As Hiko whips out the ghosts and finishes the job as Thwifo falls for 2, and answering back is 100 Thieves.
Yeah, and you know, they invested the Rolling Thunder there. They get the kill. They get the kill. They get the round. It's a 30-round win. But then I think another thing that's worth noting, both Steel and Hiko upgraded weapons. They bring those into this round for free, so financially they're in an even better spot than they would have been otherwise. Things look really good for 100 Thieves. But again, XSET, they've still got money to blow, man. You still got Weeded on 4,300. Pure is on 41 as well. They have 2 ultimates to work with on this round as they stack towards A. Heavy presence that way. And again, it's that wall that's going to go up. The Rolling Thunder is going to be used, but expecting a player top ramps, because that's what's been on the other side a couple of times, it's actually Steel who's playing a bit off, but he's just so patient. Even the flash was there. Oh my gosh, Asuna! But he doesn't land on anything. Steel's still good for 2. The flashes are still there. Pure is trying to deal some damage with the utility, and it's the gun that cleans up Steel. Now he's got a showstopper of his own. He brings in from the previous round.
Nothing.
He did. Gets the spike down.
Sheesh.
The thing is, this is winnable for 100 Thieves because of how weak they are. Well, I was gonna say because of how weak XSET is. Nitro good for 1. In a 1v3, Weeded so weak. ECJ certainly not super healthy either. Nitro, baby! Nitro does it!
Wow. And an absolutely chaotic round. Just madness over there at the top of A ramp. Somehow, XSET comes away with the advantage. Has a 1v3 scenario that just seems like it's locked up and finished with. And Nitro just answering back in a 1v3, a huge clutch for his team. Standout performance for him, and like I said, man, Jetman, by the way, this is calling.
It was just so weak, right? Like we mentioned it before that fight goes
Like, that was
down. There were
such a
so
late
many members
swing.
that had low health bars. It was winnable, still difficult, but winnable, and Nitro pulls it off. 1 ult point away from having that Blade Storm online as XSET looked to take the matter towards B. No operator. Well, Nitro does have one, and he may be walking right into it. That gravity well with the fault line, excuse me,
Fucking
it's just
annoying.
enough to delay, but they're still gonna challenge Nitro here. Now Nitro in this previous position didn't deliver as he would have liked, but he's gonna get a chance at redemption here in just a few moments. Nope. Oh, and the flash comes out as well, understanding the pressure.
Nitro, come on,
Cosmic
Nitro!
Divide coming out as well.
Hit the shot, Nitro!
Nitro
Nitro!
still narrowly missing. Glypho
Come on!
drops.
Hit the shot!
There's going to be a counter
Nitro!
Cosmic Divide as well, as the map is totally crossed up.
Please,
Glypho should be able to
Nitro!
get the spike down.
Mamma
Sweetie plays
mia,
back in the
Nitro! Hit the shot, Mia!
Excellent work from the observers to
Look
give
at
us a
the
bird's eye
back
view of
side,
the
there's
chaos
that
that's going on.
Nitro!
Steel taking care of Aaron. Nitro still looking,
Hit the
understanding
shot!
Weeded's likely back there. He knows the player is back there.
Nitro!
They're starting to smoke it out, but Weeded able to
Hit
take
the
care of Hiko
shot,
anyway.
Nitro!
Glypho dropping, Weeded still on the swing, just has to play enough nuisance. BCJ Weeded good for it, Steel alone. For 100 Thieves, what a shot. Weeded down to 10 health, but again, this cross is so difficult for Steel. They're just trying to delay, right? Distract
hit the
Steel
shot.
enough. Weeded goes up huge. Steel's in a great spot there too, but it was just too oppressive from
Oh
XSET.
my god.
That is a huge round win. Not only are you coming away, I mean, that was a 5v5, I think, post plant, or a 5v4 post plant. You know, you have the opportunity to send, you know, the Thieves back towards, you know, either a Broken Buy or an
damn.
Eco. And down to the wire almost. I mean, if we did falls, BCJ's forced into a 1v1, a very winnable situation considering it was not planted for him over there at B main, and yet NT to Steel doesn't quite get it done. Back onto a couple pistols, a Bucky maybe, and a Blade Storm out from Nitro.
Oh, but he got flashed up to high heavens. I don't think he saw a single person. Right, and XSET's able to push right into that. They're able to get a couple of kills early on. There's just a Frenzy, a Bucky, and a Classic. Still remaining on the side of 100 Thieves. As the spike goes down, they're in a decent spot of where they are. Whoa!
Just bulldog things.
Ethan's Classic taking care of them. Satch across the charge. Asuna looking to add a bit to his frag movie, but isn't able to pull that one off. Steel's Frenzy, not around for long. Now that wasn't, again, not an ideal buy from 100 Thieves, but that was as hot and as heavy as it gets from XSET.
Was hot
Yeah, I mean, just
and
getting
dangerous.
that initial kill on the Nitro, who was the main point of defense there with the Blade Storm. I think he was backed up by
On my
Pico,
neck,
who
love.
probably was ready to send him into some aggression, but nevertheless, he gets run down by Pure. And that's something that I think, you know, despite this not being a map that 100 Thieves plays,
Let's go.
something that I think they're doing right now is Hiko has been in the right spots at a few different points of execution for XSET, just to delay, to get the rotations in. You know, throwing the counter breach utility out has helped, but it hasn't helped enough. As early
Discipline corner,
aggression.
discipline corner. Oh, it's a discipline corner, and people never check that. Nitro's able to mow him down. Hiko gets in on it as well. How many times, Lex?
I love
How
that
many
you called
times
that.
have we seen? Like, that happens too often.
I love that you call it that. The discipline corner. Whispering it in my ear, and there it is. Nitro just finding three
Yikers.
players unawares. Thwifo. Man, let Doug tell you a little bit about the discipline corner, and you'll never make that mistake again.
I just, like, it's like watching a train wreck happen, right? Because you know they're not going to check it.
Yeah,
They're just going to walk
thieves.
right by.
Taking some rounds, okay.
But you have a Viper Spit and a Res here for XSET, so if they're able to get onto the site, be a very strong close plant. Nitro again playing this close angle. Weeded will find the better of him, though.
And look at Weeded's adaptation already, right? Killed Nitro, where to go next? Instant next place he went was to check the discipline corner, make sure there's no one there. Weeded's going to use the Viper's Pit to buy them some space on the site. As Aaron looks to play contact from A main. It's a difficult but doable retake for 100 Thieves as Ethan gets one.
Viper's Pit almost seems to be hurting XSET more than helping at the moment, but Res comes out. It'll be a 5-on-3, a 5-on-2.
What?
Yeah,
XSET, why are you
that's what I'm saying. Is
trolling?
there's
What the
no
fuck?
real angles to fight from once the pit is
Yeah,
up,
you fight
right?
in the smoke.
And the
you know,
damage
just
gets
peek
dealt
the angles,
both
dude.
ways.
What
I think
the
it was
fuck?
Aaron
What are they
basically at the
doing?
front of the flower pot
You have
was
two people peeking out of it. Like, what the
expecting
fuck
some
are you doing?
coverage from heaven, but all of his teammates are caught behind the cover and concealment of, you know, sign, elbow.
Yeah, I don't know. They're
and
kind of
ultimately the
trolling
Viper's
there.
Pit that is just obscuring everything. So, what
You
really
just play the
was
pit
a
entrances.
advantage XSET round where not only are
weird.
you
That was
going
weird
in
round.
with a few ultimates that can net you a round win, full utility, but you also have the entry and
Either way,
spike
this is a
plan.
great
It's tough
XSET
to
attack
see
side.
them
They could throw rounds.
such a
100
quick
Thieves can't
fashion.
afford to throw rounds
That
right
said,
now.
100 Thieves.
So good on
Got a
100 Thieves.
showstopper available. You've got Rolling Thunder. You've
XSET,
got
I mean,
Blade
sure.
Storm.
Yeah, they could have
and
won
you've
the
got a
round,
full
but
buy. Last round of the half.
Either way.
Doug. They're looking to make things even.
There are no operator in the hands of Nitro this time as Weeded's rocking a Bulldog. Rifles the rest of the way. Or at least, I say rifles. Phantoms, Vandals. All right, here comes Spear. Oh, no. It's a dueling showstopper, and Asuna walks away with one. Hero doesn't land on it, but the rifle is what takes care of him. Weeded's going to get the res. Bring him back into the fold. BCJ's Rolling
just
Thunder
happened?
clearing out the site. Tagged up a couple. The wall's going to go up as well. Dueling Rolling Thunders coming out from Hiko. And after all of that ruckus, the cacophony that takes place on the site, everything comes slow apart. Ethan playing around the pillar.
poor
Ethan's
Ethan.
going to get punished. He gets taken out at the hands of Pure. Hiko's looking to do a bit of the same and may have a bit more luck. Just enough for
poor
one.
Hiko.
Spike is still not down, right? They're still feeling things out. Nitro has a Blade Storm. What can he do?
You better feel this fucking bomb
Gerald's got
plant.
A couple of players on the other side of this. Viper pit wall still drops. Nitro alone.
Oh no.
Not able to land the blades that he needs. He's going to dash back.
No.
Spots a couple of players, but again,
Oh,
in a 1v3
none.
here, Ultimate no longer in tow, 77 health.
30 seconds left.
Now the spike goes down, seeming like an eternity later.
Oh no.
Now, Weeded has 10 health. You see him
Mamma
kind of playing on the
mia.
site. Weeded wasn't even a factor, as Aaron's the one who cleans him up.
Right.
XSET on the attacking side get to 7-5 at half.
Just using the Viper utility so well. Her entire kit being employed when they can.
Oh man. I
I
mean,
mean, throughout this entire half, I feel like they're using
look at you do there, dude.
kit on
3v1.
Weeded to get up close, impersonal, and just
Tough
dance
stuff
around with 100
regardless.
Thieves who, you know, they're not necessarily making bad calls or bad decisions. In fact, more often than not, you know, XSET isn't exactly faking. They're
I see the
throwing
scoreboard?
early map presence. They're not being secretive about what they're doing whatsoever. And even in that last round, 100 Thieves is basically fully rotated before the execute even finishes. But heroics of We did several times.
Hey,
in
even
this
though we're
game,
memeing on Nitro, like he's actually
dropping the
top
Viper
frag
wall,
on his
finding
team
a
right
pick
now.
for his team, putting it back up, putting the spike down. Those kind of maneuvers are buying XSET so many more lives into these rounds where
So it's actually more like
Thieves seems to be shutting the door on them, and yet
Asuna,
now we're at
Steel,
7-5,
Hiko, Ethan.
a fantastic
What are you
first half
doing?
for XSET.
We'll see if 100 Thieves is able to replicate that success on their attacking half as they look to stick the matter towards the middle of the map. Gonna wall off vents as they turn their attention over towards B. They funnel in. Ethan already good for one. Steel working elsewhere on the map as the spike drops. And the thing is, and Hiko's there, Nitro's there as well. But they aren't in a position where they can effortlessly get to the spike, right? Because you've got to cross from where the defender spawn is coming from. Aaron's good for it. Aaron's not able to get a second as the clip runs dry.
Look how far away Steel is, though.
Around the pillar,
But
not able to land the
Hiko, let's
shots.
go.
Hiko comes up big there. Steel joins in, I mean, late, but he arrived better late than never as 100 Thieves won the pistol.
For XSET, that's a tough retake. You really, I mean, obviously they can't know where Steel was. They didn't realize that Hiko was basically alone there, but you know, getting the first kill traded out, I think it was BCJ being followed up by Aaron, but just a very beautifully handled situation from Hiko, just making sure that there's no chance that his team's going to lose a second pistol here. And we're only at a 1-round deficit, so I somehow maybe painted the picture that this was XSET's game to lose. Not at all. Both teams very much in contention for what could be a very crucial map 3.
Flex, they forced again. XSET has Spectres and Buckies. Now that gravity wall may be a problem, but oh my gosh, when you've got a Bucky like that in the hands of Weeded, it's certainly going to
nasty
help.
Bucky.
Eco and Ethan are able to trade out a couple of kills, however. As 100 Thieves cause a bit of ruckus in the middle, right? They're also taking space up towards A, but they haven't committed to anything quite yet.
Yeah, just a little early on that mid-aggression. Almost works out even better for XSET than it did, but Steel, who usually is the lone operator somewhere else on the map while his team makes a push together, has claimed at least the entrance for A main. So as Nitro throws a little bit of a fake over towards B, Tailwind with a cloud burst, trying to make some noise. Look at the rotates that he's drawing right now, just off the audio cues.
Right, and Aaron, I mean, Aaron's getting messed up here, but now the cavalry's coming over.
30 seconds left.
Ethan good for it. Oh, Aaron's there, yeah, man. Aaron's good for one. The spike drops, and again, it's just delaying time, right?
1v1.
Rifle's now gonna show up into a 1v1. Bucky potentially gonna get an upgrade against Eco Spectre. Wifo gets a Spectre of his own. Health advantage slightly in favor of Hiko, and he's still understanding that's likely where Dwifo's coming from. The flashpoint's gonna come out. Patient. Spots where Dwifo is. Now Dwifo drops. The flash is there. The shots are delivered. It was almost easy as Hiko gets 3, ties us up at 7 apiece.
Good stuff, Hiko.
Yeah, Hiko's really coming into form.
Good
That's a
that shit,
couple rounds
baby.
now where
Big round.
100 Thieves have almost given away the advantages that they worked so hard for in these rounds. He's able to seize the opportunity and make sure that they are winning every
Dude, you know
chance they
that
can, and
cool
that's 2 in a
chart
row
in
where
League
on a
where they
nice
show
edge,
like
he's
the
able to
money
fill
advantage.
things out for the team. So
Valorant should get one of
7
those
apiece. All tied up here,
throughout the match.
and
See who has the money lead.
we've talked about we did a whole
That'd be a
lot in
good
this
addition.
game right there on the scoreboard. He's already at 14 kills. It's no wonder. Both teams playing exceptionally well, and you got to think, if this isn't a map that 100 Thieves is playing often, Doug, actually. Mid-aggression already coming up. BCJ with a Bucky in hands, going to find a little bit of contact.
Yeah, wall goes up again across vents. We've seen this wall from Ethan a couple of times as they turn their attention towards B. Edid playing the ropes. Ethan down to 14 health. They got messed up.
I just reminded myself that we lost versus fucking TL yesterday.
We did, maybe missing the snake bite just a bit, but it doesn't quite matter.
Sam.
Austin backs up for now. Never mind.
Doesn't miss
All
out.
right, baby. Summer split inbound, boys. Woo!
And
So here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Oh, so here's the thing. So the wall's up across middle. We mentioned it earlier, but then also there's a wall out of B garage. They have no information of A. Ethan's going to be the one who gets that, even though Hiko is a point away from having his Rolling Thunder. they almost have to wait the wall out, right? So they're going to clear things out. Now they're going to push their way forward. They are not at full strength. Steel is still across the middle of the map, as is customary. As Nitro goes in first with the Phantom, he's able to take care of one. He did, trying to cause problems. Not going to do so with the Bucky. BCJ has to back up. And it was a difficult spot, right? Like, maybe a decent positioning, right, as far as what they were able to take away from 100 Thieves, but the gun difference there on full display.
Yeah, and I think XSET, you know, playing a little bit cautiously, not wanting to overstack anything. I understand that, but you kind of highlighted a few things where there's a lot of mid and B main map presence being made, and you know, no information towards, you know, deep mid or A at all. I wonder at that point, like, you only have Buckies and Classics, might as well just pull it into a stack. Didn't quite work out that way. But with XSET now kind of going into this buy round, we've seen this frequently with Aaron rocking the operator with Astra. I wonder what he's able to do with it here on split.
What's up with the defense sides,
Early
man?
mid push coming in for 100 Thieves. Snake side will delay.
This is your round to win, XSET.
And in the pregame, Doug, I had mentioned this, but I think it's actually being shown quite well here, where We Did's Vipers kind of being a different look from XSET on these maps.
Now, Steel once again caught behind a wall. Right, so they understand.
Suna with a big one.
Nobody who's pushed their way through A yet. You're starting to see some of the flashpoints come out as the middle of the map seems to be what's exposed. The wall that's across middle is forcing Nitro to take the scenic route, but that's all right because his team has already gotten there, right? They've blasted their way in through heaven. Asuna is going to Tokyo drift his way around that pillar back into the back of the site. Now XSET are going to have to try to push their way in. They have decent heaven control, so they should be able to apply some pressure from there. As Nitro gets the spike down. This is very similar to where we saw these two teams in opposite spots before, and it was 100 Thieves who was able to retake because of the power that they were able to expose from heaven. The Rolling Thunder is going to come out. BCJ looking to land a couple shots.
So low.
See, and Weeded off alone. Yeah, BCJ good for it. Weeded's good for one as well. 2v2, both Asuna and Nitro so dangerously weak. He drops as well. Nitro has the Blade Storm.
Oh.
15 health.
Do it. Swing.
The clock continues to play. Got a couple dashes, but he's not able to pull it off. Weeded swings at just the right time. Nitro not able to land the shots. XSET tie us up at 8. Much like map 1, Lex, much like map 2, this thing's going down to the wire.
Wow, man. That was very, very close to being a 100 Thieves round. And
Chat, you want to know what else is going down to the wire?
I think with you know, the retake here, ECJ and We Did taking heaven control, taking ramp control, just making sure there's nobody on the flank. You know, as the rest of their teammates kind of fall by the wayside and get isolated one by one. Just a really, really gritty retake, working together throughout. Impressive stuff from those two. And I you know, for 100 Thieves, everything went right there.
You guys are like puppies, fucking brainwashed dogs.
We Did using the Viper's Pit and right across the middle of the map at the beginning. Also worth noting, Wifo didn't put the wall up at A main because Aaron is waiting there with an operator, right? So they're willing to give that up and apply pressure elsewhere, or potentially hang on to it, at least for the time being. Here he used it in garage to funnel them towards positions of strength. The middle of the map got taken out. Also can throw it to side undetected. Excuse me. Pure drops. It's like, what?
My bad, man.
How? Just on the other side, the barrel gives BCJ away. As Asuna continues to cause problems. And you have to deal with it now, right? You can't afford to leave that alone any longer.
Yeah, this gutsy play by Asuna to get all the way up into ropes.
Miguel, thank you for the sub with Prime Gaming.
100 Thieves with a fast play into B now. Wifo alone on an island has to fend for himself with just a Spectre in hand. He's eating every piece of utility. Asuna Showstopper's actually out. He did collects 2. And Wifo finds the third on Asuna, and it's a 2v2, Doug.
What? The spike isn't down, and they don't really have time to flip the map, so they're going to have to stick to things here. Steel drops. Nico looking to get the plant down. The thing is the wall. So the wall was there, so he knows he's safe from one side. Coming through, trying to push him off, and it's an operator from Aaron that cleans him up. That round was absolute madness from beginning to end.
It's a 5v3. Austin has got the rotations technically cut off. Obviously, it didn't work out because we did walk right by him. But you think about how much space and time he was able to give to his teammate there. You know, they were able to back out of mid completely safe, regroup towards B main. Thwifo has no help here. And somehow, look at this. Showstoppers just came out a bit too late. We did finds 2 headshots onto site. And Aaron bailing out the rest of the round with 2 beautiful operator kills. We're tied back, or sorry, it's now advantage XSET 9-8.
And that was Thwipo with the Spectre.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and that's one of the things, like, you miss that when you just look at stats because that's a high impact kill. He gets that, Asuna gets that kill onto Thwipo with the Showstopper. They have easy access onto the site. All of a sudden, we're talking 9-8 the other way.
Big round. Look at the economy for 100 Thieves here. I mean,
yeah.
We've talked about it plenty of times. Both of these teams have been very good at converting their anti-eco, anti-thrifty rounds, whatever you want to call it. Rolling Thunder does get released over towards mid, and they don't know where Austin's position is, and it costs Swedish life. ECJ will trade it back out, but now it's a 4-on-4.
Crazy.
Now Thwipo has a res, right? But Ethan's gonna get the plant down. There's the res coming through as Weeded's going to join the fold again. Nitro with the Blade Storm didn't have a ton of success earlier. We'll see if he's able to make some magic happen here. As he's in a decent spot, the Cosmic Divide's going to come out. Nitro playing so carefully, but I mean, I guess you don't really have to swing when you've got Ethan ripping faces off like that. Now Pure has the Showstopper.
Honestly, that
You
wall
can't
was
really
so
get
good,
away
dude.
in, right? Like the wall.
That was a gangster
Doesn't really
fucking
allow
wall.
Aaron to get in. Pure would kind of have to do it alone. You kind of question if you just keep
Good
the
job,
operator in this
Aaron.
case, which seems to be what they're doing. They're just going to
Wait,
save.
I mean, good job, Steel.
Lex, we're tied up at 9.
That was Steel's
Yeah, I
wall.
wonder how much of these guns they're going to be able to recover. There's 1 on the Nitro, 2 on the Ethan. I almost wish that it maybe Pure sticks around and make sure that they can't grab any of those. They were all towards heaven, but
Wait, it was Aaron's
man,
wall?
That was a
Wait,
really,
what?
really. I mean, I'll say that was a bad read from XSET to go ahead and
the
play
fuck?
that mid aggression, and a beautiful response at 100 Thieves to be like, okay, there's
Oh, wait, it
4 players
was.
at top mid. Let's just go ahead and plant B.
Oh, that shit was
You know,
trash.
there was only 2 players. I think it was Nitro and Ethan claiming the site with no opposition whatsoever, and XSET was just pinched from 2 angles and had nothing but really a Cosmic Divide to stare at. There's not really a lot of room to work with. Now we're back to 9 each.
So this time, XSET, they put up the wall that they've put up the majority of the rounds in Thwipo, but look at how tight they've got a couple of their players positioned. Right, waiting to see if they're going to boost over the wall or Asuna
Look at how
flying over it
tight
as well. So many different ways
the
that can
players
pan out.
are positioned.
Choosing to respect it, as you see, it's a bit of a weird buy, right? Like
Why-
Pure's
why
got a
is he-
frenzy, and yeah, he
why
has that
did he use the
Showstopper in his
word
back
tight
pocket.
right
Aaron has
there?
no armor. You can feel the tension. You can feel how neither team's really willing to make a mistake here. They want to play very carefully. They want to play very slowly, understanding the
Childish, what do you mean, dude?
really the gravitas.
He
of the
said it
moment.
all weird like.
Cosmic Divide coming out.
There are 3 players towards B here. This timing is just going
He
to
was
work out
trying
for
to
XSET.
find
As
the
they spot the
word,
info,
bro. I
Nitro's
know
in.
it.
But they were on the site, right? Like the Cosmic Divide's not going to delay anything except for the members who are on the late rotate. They're able to anchor the site from the site. Aaron just narrowly missing that last shot, but Ethan and Hiko are able to get a couple of their own. Now the rotate shows up, but it may be too little too late. Once again,
Shit's
Pure
getting
has
hot.
that showstopper. He was holding on to in that previous round, but that's all he's got. That and a frenzy. Here comes Pure. Yeah, he gets one.
Shit.
Nitro's out. Again, still numbers advantage in favor of 100 Thieves, though.
Yeah, I mean, sick alt, bro.
I don't know how they do this. Pure trying to blast back across, get a gun, and as soon as he gets it, all hope, the sliver of what may have been there gets taken, snatched out of his hands.
Try again.
And Steel getting the last one on to Thwipo as well. 100 Thieves take the lead.
Wow, and that was a really tight affair over there towards Pillar. Aaron and we did just overextending a moment too soon and a moment just missed there as, you know, you've got a 4-on-3 at this point. There's no reason to be challenging these angles. I say no reason, you know, it's a gut check type moment. go for the repeat, you miss your shot. These things happen, but on a knife's edge, that round is once again claimed by 100 Thieves, who retake the lead. This is back and forth every round now, Doug. You're back.
Light buy from XSET. Light buy from XSET. Bucky, a couple of judges. We haven't seen that.
XSET, come on, rep the set, dude.
In this series, is XSET looking to play?
This is first
nice
to 3 or
tight
best of 3? First to 3.
With these shotguns, see
Best
if
of
they can
5.
wreak any havoc. While 100 Thieves, again, still playing very defaulty, right? Like, Steel has been feeling things out towards A, while the rest of the team sees what they can get elsewhere on the map. So far, nothing doing.
XSET again operating with little to no info on a short buy. It's just tough call, but at least BCJ knows, okay, there's at least 3 in middle.
Yeah, but they don't follow up. Right? Like there's nothing pushing in. You get the fault line, you get the flash, and you think someone's about to be like taking my lunch money out of my front pocket, but there was nobody following that up.
Here.
As soon as they drop that utility, they pull off and they want to go towards B. Steel is pulled over as well. This is where the hit is. The Rolling Thunder's gonna come out, knocks up BCJ. Nitro just trying to blindly fire through the flash to see if he can land on anything. It's actually Ethan who takes care of it.
Just got put through gets onto the site. Cycle.
Here drops his one. Steel on the flank. He's covering the rotation points. So oppressive.
Extracts, thank you.
That was Nitro in the prior 2 maps, but Steel coming in the lurk several times in this game already.
That man went
and
through
again,
the
it's
doozy.
this constant knowing that it's a threat. Where XSET, you can see at times the hesitation, the second guessing of which angle and which piece of the map you need to attack first.
Right.
Right there, it does pay off for 100 Thieves, but just a Bucky 20 HP on BCJ, not much doing with it, but you know, you're not quite out of it yet. 11-9 going to be the coming round where 100 Thieves is looking to grab that map point, but you don't really have any ultimates working into this round for either team, so interesting to see whether or not BCJ tries to play for an orb or if they have any kind of aggression they'll come out of that, but they'll be able to at least be on a little buy, Doug.
Which is exactly what they need here. And then, I mean, yeah, financially, you start to feel with as late as we are into this map, much like map 1, much like map 2, there is 0 margin for error. We see a pause coming through as teams try to talk through how they want to approach this ever pivotal round, because they, you know, play things out here with me for a second, okay?
Really?
This goes in favor of 100 Thieves. XSET don't have a ton of dough. 100 Thieves are a match point. This is a map that should technically be going in favor of XSET as they're comfortable on it. It's, I mean, you're in dire straits there if you're XSET. And if you flip things the other way, there's still a decent amount of money on the side of 100 Thieves. Asana's sitting on 6,300. Nitro's got even more. So they're in a much more advantageous position. This is an uphill battle for XSET for the rest of this map.
And it's crazy to think that we're even here right now, considering 3-4 rounds ago, XSET was, you know, coming off of a few round wins where they looked very much comfortable on the defensive side of split against 100 Thieves, and now seems like 100 Thieves, who, in contrast to the way that XSET was approaching the attack side of the map, kind of spread things out, worked out the utility, dealt with Sage Wall early in the round. The barrier orb out, make sure it's down, make sure they can't use that later on against you. Right there. And they bait a lot of this breach utility. But early B split here now, Doug.
Oh, it's going to be right into We Did. Gravity Well pulling him through as well. Able to deal some damage. It's BCJ who shows up, try to play heroics, is able to get one, but pays for it with his life. As We Did, gets pushed off the top. Even as he tried to reposition, it wasn't enough, as he's going to drop Ethan. Already good for 3 on the round with the Vandal.
Why the fuck is the Sage still on
XSET 2 members remaining. And 100 Thieves, yeah, they should be able to get the spike down here with 0 problem.
These guys are getting BB heavens
really
for
good
free
post
every
as
round.
well.
No backup, dude.
This does not look good for XSET.
We have 2 playing on site instead of 2 playing up heaven to like
really
coordinate something with the
not
breach
bad at all
flashes.
for XSET, even in this round where all the pieces are in place to defend appropriately against what 100 Thieves is throwing at you. Instead, though, you know, you almost feel like you're witnessing a few. Okay, Wifo.
And now they've got entry. They've got entry. They're gonna have to be pushing it from heaven. Wifo good for another one. Pure. Yeah, is going to challenge that 1,000% of the time in a 1v3 with the showstopper. He's just going to rain fire down from up top.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's a consolation prize you could count. You know, like, we got the showstopper out of him, but unfortunately, you've given him that point now. And again, it seems as though the positioning, like all these fights that are being taken by XSET, they're prepared for it. They've got the rotations where they need to be, but, you know, both Weeded and Aaron not fighting together right there towards Hell. The miscue with BCJ going up the ropes as Weeded drops. You know, those situations where it kind of stems from not getting that first entry kill, not hitting your shots the first time around. And the gunfight just very one-sided towards 100 Thieves. And it's been 3 or 4 times in this half where you almost expect XSET to be at an advantage at one point. They just missed, but another fast play coming in from 100 Thieves. Weeded's waiting with a jump.
Oh my gosh!
And a snake bite to follow. That's more damage coming up, but Hiko just runs right through it, knowing the damage that was just done to his team. And the A site. He doesn't know it just yet, but it is clear, so the spike will come out any moment now. And it'll be a 2-on-4 retake for XSET to keep their hopes alive in this map, Doug.
Spike planted.
Hiko and Steel.
All right, bro. How did XSET throw this
trying to
round?
anchor things down. Both playing on site. You got
Hiko's
Astra
triple
Stars
kill
all
right
over the
here.
place for Steel.
Calling it.
Rez coming through for Weeded, making things even better in favor of the defending team as they try to retake this site. This first star coming through, Steel looking to deal a little bit more and actually pushes in. He's pushing into the smoke. He's gonna try to catch him off guard, but not able to. Steel and Hiko both drop. The defuse is gonna come through, and XSET live to play another round.
Another map that's going to go right down to the wire, Doug.
My heart can't handle this, Lex.
But hey, that was a few rounds now in this half where 100 Thieves is like, okay, we're going to approach mid slowly. We're going to work a little bit of what looks like a default, make some map presence, and then we're just going to execute. Speaking of executions, we did in the right place at the right time. Judge, jury, executioner just didn't even need to see the opponents he was shooting at. Lines 3, big ones.
Shot, if
Possible,
I'm not
yeah.
mistaken.
Ooh, I like this.
Just such a tight corner for them to push their way through. Oh boy.
Holy.
Trying
Look
this
at
again.
XSET. Look at how they're playing this. The
Oh,
Rolling
Pure!
Thunder coming out. Pure's not going to be able to follow up with the showstopper. He's not going to be able to follow up with anything except his death as Asuna is able to take care of him. Asuna playing around this wall. A little bit of makeshift cover as they try to fend back the aggression that XSET's throwing at him. Flashes across. Oh. As the Viper's Pit's going to come out as well. Really make 100 Thieves think about whether or not they want to push their way up the middle of the map. And no. And they're not going to push towards B either. They're just going to take the scenic route back towards A, where things should be safer because look at how far up Steel is. He's in their spawn.
This is deja vu to what I would describe as the other most pivotal round in this half has been XSET trying to force this mid aggression and leaving a site all for 100 Thieves taking. Steel already in a defender spawn. This should be, Doug, the end of the map considering how well 100 Thieves has answered in this round, but not over just yet. You've got a 4-on-5 retake scenario now.
And you've got the Viper's Pit. Oh, it's still up, excuse me, across the middle of the map. Hiko did manage to get himself the Rolling Thunder, so you talk about adding insult to injury. The thing is, you can tell they understand they don't have presence across the defender spawn, so they have to like very cautiously work their way in. You feel the pressure coming out. The Rolling Thunder is going to follow. Steel swings with it as Aaron drops. And the thing is, they're just so difficult to get past right now, but they've got to do it because the spike continues to tick away. Wifo good for one. Looking for a second, he gets it. But he's got 9 health, and when he doesn't have his time, Lex, it's running out. They can play this so safely as the spike is going to go off. Yeah, they get another kill, but he eventually drops. 100 Thieves once again in a nail-biter of a game. Pull off the win.
Wow. And I think I just touched on it that last round, but twice XSET is throwing everything they have towards middle, every piece of utility, dropping a Rolling Thunder with it. And, you know,